We have Ted Kubitis tonight, and he may be playing material from both his projects, but joining him is the person who occupied your slot on the schedule 2 shows ago. We used to have a jazz show.
On Monday nights, there was jazz, not rock. Okay.
There was jazz before rock, for, I think, 20 years.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Tom Painter was the host of Mellifluous Cacophony, and he will be accompanying Ted tonight for Urbana Sound, which is their jazz project together. And I am getting the thumbs up. So, Mike, are you ready for us to turn over the power? So if everybody could please give a big hand for our guests tonight playing as Urbana Sound.
Here on WEFT Champaign, 90.1 FM.
Life, it seems, is only the humble servant to your dreams. Soon she'll wake in life. There'll be a lot of waiting. There's joy and strife and sweet, sweet anticipating. Soon she'll wake, and I hope the dragons of the world only let top-grade princes through. Hope you feel what it's like to hit the open road and leave it all behind you. Imagination is your only master. So many happy ever afters. It's so hard to choose, but mind you, in life there'll be a lot of romance and games of chance. And sweet, sweet, would you like to dance? Soon she'll wake, and I hope you find the perfect kingdom for losing shoes. Hope you fly, wave goodbye to your problems down below you. Imagination is your only master. So many happy ever afters. It's so hard to choose, but in life there'll be a lot of waiting. There's joy and strife and sweet, sweet anticipating. Soon she'll wake in life. There'll Thank you.
In case you're just tuning in, we started on time, which is exciting. 2 hours of local music here on WEFT 90.1 FM Champaign. This is WEFT Sessions, and I think I left off, it says Urbana Sound in white and cloud in purple.
Yes,
and
that's right.
I think I glossed over the cloud because of the color contrast. So if it's Urbana Sound cloud, I don't want to misinform anyone.
Oh, yeah, no, it is Urbana SoundCloud. People can go to urbanasoundcloud.com to learn more about us. Right now, what we have done is recorded about 12 tracks of songs, 12 songs, lots of tracks, with Chad Dunn and Tom Painter and myself. And we're working on getting a singer, because I'm more of a songwriter than a singer, into the mix. And
I can appreciate that.
and but to start out, me and Tom are actually coming out. We're trying to be proactive and start playing and start talking about the project and what we're doing.
You mentioned a website. Did you give the URL?
www.urbanasoundcloud.com is where you can hear. We released a single called Love Hate Thing. And, excuse me, what we've done is we started 2 projects, and one of them is like almost like a pop music project.
Music?
Yeah, it was samba pop. it's kind of what jazz musicians would do if they could do house music. You know, that's kind of what I'm going for. Chad Dunn laid down 64 tracks of Brazilian percussion for that tune.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's crazy, and we'll do the other. Is this mic on?
It should be.
Okay.
It seems to be cutting in and
Anyway, we'll do the love-hate thing in a while.
In a bit, yeah, in a bit. And then since we have about 7 songs prepared that me and Tom could do without Chad, I might do some from my pop band Radium Han, which is radiumhan.com.
I should explain that if there was confusion over Urbana SoundCloud, I had seen the name Radium Han enough times that the Urbana sound at all was a surprise. So it's fine. I mean, the hour is yours. But I did have a question about you and Tom collaborating. Are there plans? Are there dates where people can check this out besides tonight in person, or is it strictly a studio?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'll let Tom do.
February 9th. Channing Murray, Red Herring, and 420. Channing Murray.
We're going to be playing.
Yeah.
That's
can you even hear this?
yeah,
No.
it's coming through.
Now, for people not familiar, Red Herring is the basement vegetarian restaurant of
Yes.
the Channing Murray Foundation
Yes.
on campus in
Yes.
Urbana.
But we will be playing at the Channing Murray. I'm not sure if they got us upstairs or downstairs. They got us upstairs, probably.
I don't know.
And being vegetarian, of course, they do not serve actual herring, but that's...
Yeah.
Right. No herring.
It's not an
And
exception
no
or a loophole.
alcohol.
Yes. And that's... Mike, is that where you saw... help me here, Dan Fogelberg back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it has a storied history. It's not just a random venue.
Yeah. Weather Report played there, too.
Return to Forever.
Yeah. A bunch of bands. Yeah.
I'm ashamed to admit I didn't know that.
You just forgot. So much to remember.
That's awesome.
So let me offer, would you like to play several songs in a row? Or I don't know if each song is one you want to provide commentary on, or if you'd like to establish a flow, but...
Yeah, I might just say the last song was called Bianca Samba. I wrote it for my brother, who, after he had his second child, a little girl, and I just wrote it for her, and that's kind of what I was singing about. And the next song is called Mixed Messages.
And do you want to do more than one now before I come back and interrupt?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
yeah,
that's...
yeah, we could go.
As much as I'm enjoying the conversation, we put so much information out there that I don't want you to feel you have to stall and name your favorite Scooby-Doo episode, or just for the sake of talking every time. So
Yeah, that would be... No, I can't remember which.
so maybe I'll come back after 2 songs, and we'll just say
Yeah.
every 2 songs until the next to last song, or I don't know if the math there
cool.
works. But
That's cool, man.
all right,
Yeah, that sounds good.
and just wave your arms if you need me.
Okay, sounds good. Why can't you say you're only mine? Why play you? You play me all the time. Mixed messages, you're no friend of mine. Why scold you? You scold me all the time. I tried to hold you. You said it's not the time. Mixed messages, you're never a good sign. You know that I love you, and that true love is happening all the time. I'm always floating in the stars up above you, waiting for the day you're gonna stay. Why can't you say we're doing fine? Why do you have to make me wait in line? never on time. You know that I adore you, and that I'm always bringing gifts for you all the time. I would gladly bow down and kiss the lucky floor below you, if you would only say, if you would only stay. I missed you, you said come in this time. I tried to kiss you, you said let's have some wine. Mixed messages, are you gonna be? Are you gonna be mine? This next song is called Girl Powers. Girls will come and girls will go. What's happening in those pretty little heads? Only the good God in heaven really knows. So put your weary head in your hands and don't cry, little boy, just sigh. Cause just as soon as one is gone, along comes another one, and she gets you high. Girls will hide it, and girls will let it show. What's your pretty little professor gonna wear today? You ask the campus genius, and his calculator broke. So have another drink and let the bartender make you think he really cares about your sorrow. Comes another miss teasing you tomorrow. Girls will squeeze and girls may tease. Good God, you get no peace. They even do it to you in your dreams. So when you wake up and make your bed, just scratch your head and wonder why. Just as soon as the dream is over, along comes another dream, and it makes you fly. Girls will come and girls will go. What's happening in those pretty little heads? Only the good God in heaven, only she really knows. So put your weary head in your hands and don't cry, little boy, just sigh. Cause just as soon as one is gone, along comes another one, and she Thank you.
I love an audience that both is forthcoming with applause, but also does not applaud over the song.
Over the song.
So-
Oh, sometimes it's tricky though.
That-
Sometimes I think artists deliberately try to get people to applaud over the song.
There
So,
are
yeah.
definitely false stops and all sorts of things in concert where it's like, ha ha, song's not over. But it's nice for playing these back that if we want the applause, we can play it back with the applause, but we also don't have to if
Oh yeah.
prefer it in the
Yeah.
antiseptic, sterile environment of strictly
Yeah,
performance.
I never know when to clap when I'm watching multi-piece movement, so I definitely don't fault anybody who claps
So-
at the wrong time.
This is WEFT 90.1 FM, and you're listening to WEFT Sessions, the first of 2 consecutive hours of local music every Monday night. And we have Will and Tom playing tonight, and this is as Urbana SoundCloud.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So, anything else you want to say about the band before you proceed?
No. Me and Chad Dunn are going into this Mark Rubel studio on the 2nd to record parts for another single similar to Love Hate Thing, and I've got all the information on that on the blog.
I do have a sort of 2-part question.
You sure?
You've been talking about Chad Dunn a lot, and I know Tom and Chad have played together before.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think a lot of the listeners necessarily know who Chad is, and I'd rather err on the side of caution. So.
Oh yeah. If I could,
Chads.
oh, go ahead.
Does this thing work? Recycled Percussion is this project. So yeah, we worked a lot with Desfinato, Brazilian band. But Chad has left the band.
And you're still with them?
Yeah.
Yes, Tom still plays.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of people participate over the years. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of turnaround. But this next one is kind of like a metaphysical thing. It's called Don't Look Forward. And I was going to use a Casio clarinet, but I don't have my Casio, so...
We were originally planning on bringing a Casio keyboard from what year was it?
1976.
Or one of the first Casio keyboards. It was actually
Yeah.
quite cool. It was just a little hard to control the drum machine.
That's
on it.
before they invented music, even.
Yeah, no, the drum machine was kind of bogus, but...
I've seen some famous artists going back to those old keyboards and throwing them right on top of a Roland, electric piano. So it would have been cool. Maybe next time.
I think I'm going to get out of your way. I'll be back again, maybe after 2-3 songs.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very
Cool, man.
much. Stay, my one and only, and don't you play. No, it's not safe to play with lonely. I was hoping you would help me to help you see where it's at is the only place we have to be. And girl, don't look forward, 'cause there's nothing there. And there's not a single problem at all behind us. All there ever was is the here and now. It's only us. And don't you dare waste your time on that other fuss. So stay, my one and only, and don't you play. No, it's never safe to play with lonely. I was hoping you would help me to help you see where it's at is the only place we have to be. And girl, don't look forward, 'cause there's nothing there. And there's not a single problem at all behind us. All there ever was is the here and now. It's only us. And don't you dare waste your time on that other fuss. So stay, my one and only, and don't you play. No, it's not safe to play with lonely. I was hoping you would help me to help you see that it's possible to make this moment an eternity. Thank you. Like Tom said, that was called Don't Look Forward. This next song is called Us. All of these songs, I'll just say real quick, we already have all the tracks recorded at Pogo. It's just a matter of mixing. Chad Dunn has already played on all of them too. So hopefully later this year, hopefully early summer, we will be releasing them all. So check it out, urbanasoundcloud.com. There's not a single reason we shouldn't take our own sweet time. Hear the rhythm of the breeze and let's write it into rhyme. Keep the champagne corked, there's no need for alcohol. That ain't good for nothing much, except feeling nothing much at all. There's not a single reason we shouldn't let this day fly by. Hear the rhythm of the ocean and let's write it into rhyme. Put the cell phone down, there's no need to take a call. If it ain't got to do with us, hon, it ain't no good at all. There's no reason. There's no reason. There's no need single reason we shouldn't take our own sweet time. Hear the rhythm of the breeze and let's write it into rhyme. Keep the champagne corked. There's no need for alcohol. That ain't good for nothing much, except feeling nothing much at all. Okay.
I started to say welcome back to WEF Sessions, but obviously it's not welcome back. It's just welcome back to identifying WEF Sessions. Listenership has been steadily upticking through the hour, so I'd like to thank listeners who've touched base from various parts of the western United States. I don't know if there are
Wow.
any...
I know people can listen online,
Yes.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
I mean, it's just because we're awesome.
No.
I like to take it. I like to assume all listenership is because everyone involved with the show is radioactively awesome, and people cannot resist the
Tom used
aura, the
Tom-
essence, the.
Tom used to work for WEFT, so he's speaking for WEFT when he says we're yeah.
I always work for WEF, man. Since 1987.
Yeah, you remember that song "Everybody's Working for the WEFT"?
Everybody's
So
No, did you?
I did want to ask
Did you write that?
Yes, I did. I've written all the songs. I'm omniscient. So
right.
You mentioned you lived in Springfield and you also lived in Seattle,
Yes,
which
that's right.
isn't exactly a transition a lot of people do, although it'd be interesting. But how did you wind up here?
Well, I'm from here originally, actually.
Oh, so Champaign originally?
Yes. I went to Parkland College, got a music scholarship there, and got very good training under Bill French and Tim Shermer, and had the opportunity at that time. I was seeing Tom play at Nature's Table.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
You look younger than that.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah.
I should explain for any guests and listeners that Nature's Table closed 90, what was it?
1991.
Yeah.
Even before I thought. So
I like to
Yeah.
think it's still there, but it's been spread out all around
No,
the
it's
town.
not there.
there have been reunions at least.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But so I got to see Tom play and do some incredible things with Guido Sinclair and Raphael Garretts. And then what happened was I kind of got out of music for a while and got a degree in accounting and moved to Springfield. And I've been slowly, the whole time I was in Springfield, after I had been in Seattle, I have been communicating with Mark Rubel, trying to get some music going and get some projects going and maybe get back into music because accounting isn't working out as well as I thought it would.
It's so much more exciting.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Now, one question, because when I got the Radium Hans CD, I saw that it said Mark Rubel and Pogo Studio, but
Yes.
I saw Seattle all over it, and I at first thought you were a Seattleite who just, for some reason, really wanted to record with Mark Rubel, which, people do that.
Which is understandable.
I
yeah.
think a lot of people, and certainly originally I had the idea, since Pogo is next door to us, or is it next door or two? It's technically two, but it's...
You guys share a wall, I think.
We do.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
do, right?
There's a whole building.
We have a connection. But I just initially thought, oh, Pogo, it's convenient. It's a. Then I found out you don't go with Pogo just for a deal. You go there for really the quality is.
It's amazing.
Yes. It's so easy in a community to overlook that you have something that people come long distance for. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One of the things that happened when I started working with Mark was I started learning a little bit about audio engineering, and it just absolutely blew my mind how little I knew and how much the engineer contributes to an album or something like that, which is way more than I originally thought. I won't say, because people will be offended, but engineers contribute a lot to the sound of an album, I've learned from Mark Rubel.
For people who don't know, even though Mark Rubel teaches locally and has a studio locally, he's sort of an international, he testifies in courts in other countries on intellectual property and engineering.
Wow,
and
man.
So he's...
Testify, dude.
We didn't know that.
People who just
we
see
didn't know
him in
about
line,
the other country, but
people who just see him in line at the coffee shop, I don't think appreciate that if you don't see him one day, he's probably doing something important.
Yeah.
Or if you do see him one day, he's probably still doing something important.
And
so,
he's very busy too. So you have to.
But
I
he's
recorded
modest.
with a
But
band
modest,
from
yes.
Ireland at his place, which is pretty weird. They came over here.
So it wasn't just me being ridiculous
From
that
Dublin.
you could have come from Seattle strictly because you'd heard good things. but-
No, and certainly I wasn't trying to sell myself as a Seattle band. What I was trying to do was Radium Han, and I only have one more song for Urbana SoundCloud, so it looks like I'll probably do a couple Radium Han songs.
Are they long? Because you may need at least a couple if you want your full hour.
Oh yeah, well hopefully we won't run out. I got like 3 songs.
Yeah,
so.
I think you should have. We still have all the clocks are blocked.
Half an hour.
You still have half your show, so don't come away shortchanged.
I think you know what? I probably will be able to fill that. That's actually better than I thought. I was afraid I wouldn't have enough material, so. And I was, unfortunately, I was thinking, well, that's Wes's problem, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding. My brother lives in Seattle, and I lived with him for a year. And a man named John Davis, who used to run the Channing Murray, we had a band originally that turned into Radium Han. And what happened was, when I got back with Mark, I wasn't ready to do jazz with Tom and Chad and things like that. But what I did do was produce what we wanted to do in Seattle when we were there, and that's Radium Han. And since then, I've been able to get started on some of the jazz things I've done too.
Nice.
And so I'm working on both projects, working on a second album for Radium Han and for that. So
One final comment. The whole time, what convinced me you weren't just somebody from Seattle who recorded here was that as exotic as it sounds, there's just not really a music scene in Seattle. So I figured you were
actually.
probably swimming upstream. Because who ever heard? I had somebody seriously ask me when I got involved in music promotion here in 2001. I said I liked the Boston scene, and she said, "What bands are from Boston?" I never heard of bands from Boston. And I asked her what band she was into, and she could only name one from St. Louis. So I asked another, and she said, really just that one. So it contextualized her whole whoever heard of bands from Boston. But Boston, Seattle, Champaign.
Yeah, I lived in Boston. It was just hard to get gigs.
But there are bands from there.
There's definitely bands, but it was just hard to get gigs.
Yeah, it was interesting when I was in Seattle. A lot of the bands that we went to see were actually from Champaign-Urbana, and it was kind of ironic because
I have a few in mind, but could you name a couple?
Yeah, former members of Bantha formed a duet, the Guitar Defamation League, which was bass and drums with no guitar, and they played there. And there were several others. I don't remember the names, but it was ironic because a lot of the Seattle scene was not what I expected. I expected to see people that like grunge and things like that, and it was actually, it was a lot like Champaign-Urbana, like in that it was small and pretty open, and people were just doing what they wanted. But what was interesting was so many bands came from Champaign-Urbana, and one of the things I've liked about this town for a long time, and I missed it so much when I was in Seattle, was the university tends to be, it's been up and down, but it's tend to have been a particularly friendly to music university. We had John Garvey for a long time, and there was a very good jazz scene and a lot of just great horn players and stuff like that. And I think that attitude from the university actually trickled down into the rock scene and everything else, and we got much more quality acts. So I hope to see more of that in the future from the university.
I think I'm going to grab a Bantha CD and maybe one of their later projects,
Yeah.
just so that that's got to stop.
Yeah.
Just so that people get an illustration musically of one or the other.
Squirrels in the Attic, isn't that one of their songs?
Well,
yeah.
the show that I took over originally had Bantha. When I took it over, Bantha was the theme song. It was Progress Junction. So
that's cool.
I might play that because at a Christmas party, somebody was just asking how often I play that, and apparently the answer's not enough. Mostly because I didn't want to look like I was just stealing Holly's act, but it's a song that did
they
just
were
like
really great.
Yes,
and they did really good in Seattle. I was amazed at what they were doing.
Well, I'm glad they came back for a show at the Cowboy Monkey not too long ago. I say not too long ago. We're talking like 4 years, but
I see.
But
Rob's in Mexico now,
right
here. So
anyway, I talked a long time, but thank you for telling me all that. I hope people found it as interesting as I did. And
that's good. That helps fill up some space we can do.
Well, plus, if you thought we only had time for one or two songs, I didn't want you to just be bored. So.
Oh yeah.
So this is WEFT Sessions and Urbana SoundCloud, soon to morph into Radium Han, and Tom is waving his arm. Do you want to say anything?
No.
Okay, I'll leave you guys to play a couple more songs, and I'll come back.
Tom thinks we have enough material, and I'm not so sure. Distant lovers have a way of pretending that their love is never ending. Girl, don't you cry. All you mothers have a way of protecting. You work enslaved and you still feel guilty all the time. Narrow minds have a way of suffering. It happens all by itself on its own. Girl, all I'm saying is that all love, hate things have a way of having something that's real strong. Politicians have a way of, while they're tracking with your silverware out the door. All the children have a way of laughing like they've never heard that joke before. Selfish minds have a way of suffering. It happens all by itself on its own. Girl, all I'm saying is that all love, hate things have a way of having something that's real strong. Distant lovers have a way of pretending that their love is never ending. Girl, don't you cry. All you mothers have a way of protecting. You work enslaved and you still feel guilty all the time. Narrow minds have a way of suffering. It happens all by itself on its own. Girl, all I'm saying is that all love, hate Thank you. That was called Love Hate Thing. That one's a little more difficult to interpret because Chad contributed so much with the drums and everything else. So, looks like somebody's phone is.
Not
Oh,
mine.
it's a phone off the hook here. There we go.
All right. I'm gonna do some future Radium Han songs here. Mary, quite contrary, wasn't the alcohol a ball? I hope you've had a good life to reflect on. Now that we're in our fall, by now, like me, I'm sure you've lost a few friends along the way. Still others I had to lend a hand and walk through life on that path most resistant. Now I feel like a man. Mary, can you tell me where it is these waters flow? Once we're through this lock, we meet the mist. I know we're all in this together, but if it's just the same, I hope it's someplace where the people aren't insane. And only love can reign. Now, Mary, some of us have changed, but I stayed the same. I suspect to yourself you're still true too. That's why after all these years I find myself sitting here writing a letter I'll probably never send to you. Oh, Mary, can you tell me where it is these waters flow? Once we're through this lock, we meet the mist. I know we're all in this together, but if it's just the same, I hope it's someplace where the people aren't insane. And only love can reign. Yeah, thank you. That was called Letters to Mary. Hey,
Go on talking.
oh yeah. Right now we're working on a future Radium Han album. The stuff we did. There's one of my brother's songs on there. I wanted to get my brother singing on there, but he's in Seattle and he's got 2 brand new babies. Like I said with the song,
Does he sing to them?
yes, he does.
There we go.
He does. I wrote this beautiful song for them about besides the one I sang earlier, and it was all religious, and I was so happy my brother had a baby and he was actually going to do the work and I wouldn't have to do all that. And I wrote this beautiful song, and I told him the lyrics. It was something about, your cup runneth over and all this, and my brother got real quiet and he goes, they like songs about penguins.
I'm just
So-
picturing a Tommy Tippy cup running over
And I was like, okay, I'll write a song about penguins.
with penguins on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see. Yeah, but so he's real busy. So I did a lot of the production, and I'm doing more of his songs on the next album, and hopefully we're gonna get him into the studio in Seattle and get him to sing on some of these.
Are we specifying friendly penguins? Because I hear penguins can kind of be not very nice to each other sometimes.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
It's hard for me to think of.
They're kind of malicious.
well, look at the one
occasionally.
from. Isn't the Sanrio one like kind of surly or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta watch
So
March
there,
of the Penguins.
there was apparently a movie about penguins in the wild, and I guess it was kind of like every penguin for itself. Or
No.
So
say it isn't so.
I would just recommend if they like penguins, don't look to the song as an opportunity to talk them out of it.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of
you got to realize that there's different types of penguins.
nice ones and nasty ones.
Like
Where
north
that?
and south.
Yeah. Oh yes, all the
You got
penguins.
it?
All the penguins at the one pole are a
Yeah.
certain way, and then if there were
I don't
penguins
know.
at the other pole, they would be the other way.
Yeah, I don't mess with either of them.
That's probably smart because then you can just
Yeah.
assume they're nice, and you don't have to be wrong.
Exactly.
We need a band
I
like
don't want to be bitten.
Massacred by
Are we gonna-
Penguins Part 1 or something.
Are we gonna play My Friends? Or
Blood
are we
Orgy
gonna
of the
play
She
Some of
Penguins.
Us? All right, what are we playing?
Oh, I'm gonna do a couple more. Yeah, I'm not quite
Are
prepared
you doing
for
your
those.
full stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna do another full.
Okay.
Mike, how long do we have, Mike?
12 minutes?
Oh, okay. So maybe
Oh, that's
we'll just
perfect.
talk before the last song and move some furniture.
Yeah, and you feel free to just cut me off. Just
I don't want to cut off a song.
get a big long hook and yeah. All right. This one's called
He was amused by that.
yeah. This one's called what?
Yeah, I guess just do your thing.
Yeah. Some say that a woman can tear your life apart. She'll break that little mind and play it back to start. And that same day, another one can come along and put Humpty back together again. Better than ever, my bitter, well-dressed friend. Now let me tell you about Sophia, Princess of Peace. You know they say she kisses tears from the children's dirty ragged sleeves. And Mona Lisa, you know it's not lady style. To give away the plan behind the smile. Now an angry child is lost in the dark of night. And this child he wants to keep for himself all the fireflies' lights. But standing there, watching all the while, she won't give away the plan behind the smile. Some say that a woman can tear your life apart. She'll break that little mind and then she'll play it back to start. And that same day, another one can come along and put Humpty back together again. It's gonna be better than ever, my bitter, well-dressed friend. that was. I just remembered the title of that. It's Well Dressed Friend. So
Yeah.
when you forget the title, you definitely worry you forget the song.
When you forget the title, then you can't play the changes. But yeah.
So is this next song the last song?
Yeah, or you can talk. Last one, I'd rather end on a good note.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
normally we talk and then go straight into the.
Yeah.
Let's do that because I think that was a good one to end on. So.
Okay. Wait. So we have one more then.
No, the one we had.
No, we always have to end with a song.
I think we have.
Oh, okay.
One
Yeah.
more.
So what I'm saying is,
One more.
I know that. Yeah,
Right.
I have one more song.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
That's right.
Bill,
so
3 minutes. Do it.
Okay.
We got My Friends. We got a bunch of shit.
Oh no, I'm gonna do one more folk song.
right. And Mike, how are we timing?
10:52.
So you have 8 minutes to fill. So
Okay.
I think we should at least repeat booking information, maybe website,
Yeah, let's do that.
albums.
UrbanaSoundCloud.com is Urbana SoundCloud. What this project is it's kind of like I want to make it an open source band. I want to bring guest artists in from all over,
Like the
and-
Desert Sessions.
Yeah, and I want to bring them into Pogo Studios, and I have 2 projects. I want to do jazz music that's really authentic, and I also want to start a project that's pop music made by jazz musicians on their own terms.
Oh.
That's the idea of it. So that's UrbanaSoundCloud.com. We released 1 single as fast as we could when it looked like my job situation was getting a little unstable.
No, musicians don't have instability.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
If you got a degree in music, you don't ever have to worry about the economy. You know, that's for other people.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. February 9th, Channing Murray.
Yes.
We're going to be there. We're going to be rocking. Check it.
Yeah. And
What day of the week is that?
It's a Saturday.
and then that's in the
2/9.
evening. Yeah, and I will post all these dates at UrbanaSoundCloud.com. And then people interested in Radium Han, we've got a full album on iTunes. It's all over.
Probably tell them it's H-A-H-N. Is that right?
Yeah, H-A-H-N.
'Cause Han can be, Han Solo, or it can be Han.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't want them to be looking it up thinking it's a Star Wars reference, and they're like, you made up a band that's not on the internet. So, R-A-D-I-U-M space H-A-H-N.
Yes, and I definitely don't want George Lucas's lawyers on my...
He'd just change his mind and go back and, alter it. So
Yeah, that's exactly it, yeah.
add Jar Jar,
We
Photoshopped.
We still blame him a bit.
These
So.
are not the trademarks you're looking for.
Probably not.
So, let me see. Well, I guess my next song's about 5 minutes. How much time do we have to?
You have time to finish the song. We will not cut off your song.
But we got to end the
Let's do
song
it.
on a song. Okay.
And let me just ask, if anybody wants to help pick out any requests for the next hour, this is the final boarding call. So I don't want people to feel obligated, but I also...
It's 5 minutes now.
So...
Let's do it, man.
Which is cool. It's okay.
And that way we won't have dead air when you get done.
Oh
So
no, that's great.
thanks,
That's great.
guys. And
This has gone very well. Thanks
for one
very
more
much,
song,
Todd.
you are listening to Will and Tom as Radium Han, right?
Thanks for listening,
Yes,
guys.
yes. Have a seat, son. Have a drink. Put your thinking cap on. Ain't life easy when the day is done? You know I've seen the way you are to people, and I hear you're a fine young man. And your tips are always good, so I think I'm gonna fill you in. Now you see that lady over there? Somebody's left her crying. You should have seen the man. He was a mess. And do you see the way the sun is lighting up the silver lining around her dress? Well, son, you know the rest. Hold finish that and I'll tell you how the rock rolls. You see, any boy can take a little girlie by the hand, but if you want to keep around, son, well, that takes a real. What that girl needs is a genuine knight in shining who's always trying to give her his best. I'm talking about the type of man that notices the silver lining on a lady's dress. Well, son, you know the rest. I said, excuse me, miss, I couldn't help but notice the way the sun does shine round your silver lining. I said, excuse me, miss, I couldn't help but notice the way the sun does shine round your dress. You know the rest. I said, excuse me, miss, I couldn't help but notice the way the sun does shine round your silver line. I said, excuse me, miss, I couldn't help but notice the way the sun does shine round